Dorff. I'm the program coordinator with Infant Massage USA, and I'm here to introduce to you Stephanie Ward, who will be presenting Bridging the Gap Between Fathers and Babies Through Infant Massage. Stephanie has extensive experience working with underserved and diverse populations as a parent educator, Cal Learn eligibility worker, certified infant massage instructor, and home visitor. As the founder of Stand Tall Parenting, Stephanie provides families with child development, parent education, and infant massage classes and offers professional development trainings to social service professionals. Having partnered with the Department of Children and Family Services and the Help Group, Stephanie Ward is passionate about working with underserved families, teaching and shifting our societal lens from judgment to empathy to build a connection with communities, individuals, and families from a place of compassion. I will get out of here and I will leave it to Stephanie Ward.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. So let me share my screen so you can see the presentation. All right, so let me know if you're able to see the slides. So again, I'm really excited. Perfect, thank you. I'm really excited to be a part of this amazing conference. I hope you all are excited and thrilled to meet other speakers as well. So thank you for joining us today on talking about bridging the gap between fathers and babies through infant massage. So I want to briefly go over the services I offer. So I provide classes on compassionate parenting, infant massage, and workshop for professionals on supporting families with compassionate parenting. So it's really important for me that I create a safe, brave, and fun space for everyone. And I would like to include that in our meeting today. So some of the topics that we will be discussing, understanding the benefits of learning infant massage, addressing the barriers father may experience with baby bonding. And to gain a better sense of what fathers are experiencing, I conducted a survey with about 10 questions, and I was grateful to receive 135 responses. So we're going to go over the current data to demonstrate fathers' needs. And then also testimonials from fathers I've actually taught about how infant massage has empowered them. So I encourage all of you to utilize the chat to unmute yourself to ask any questions that you may have throughout the presentation. All right, so I want to first start with a quote by Dr. Brené Brown. She's known for her research on shame and vulnerability and empathy. And this is a quote of the day. So courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. So how are we creating spaces for fathers to show up and let themselves be seen? So fathers play an important role in their child's development. So thinking about, are we giving fathers the space to be courageous to ask for support, in our professions and in our personal lives? And so we're going to do a quick poll. And Stephanie's going to pop up the poll question. So the first question is, and so this will kind of lay the foundation of what we'll kind of dive into. So what was the first state in the United States to pass the Paid Family Leave Act? And how many states have paid family leave? So it should pop up. All right, looks like we got a few votes coming in. So some of you said about 10 states, looks like second place, 9 and 45 states, okay. Looks like we're still voting. What was the first state in the United States? So we have 5 votes for California. We have 2 votes for Ohio, Louisiana, Michigan. Okay, so what was the first state to have family leave back? It's California. So those 5 that voted, California became the first state in the United States to pass to paid family leave in 2002, and the program went into effect on July 4th, 2004. And then in regards to how many states have paid family leave, it's 9 states. So about 2 of you got that correct. And that's California, Oregon, Washington, Colorado, New York, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Washington, D.C., and Connecticut. So I wanted to share this graph with you. And so now that we are now aware that 9 states out of the 50 states offer paid family leave, you feel free to unmute yourself or utilize the chat. When you see this graph, what are some things that come up for you? What are some feelings that come up for you or thoughts? Sad. Disappointed. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Dan. I know for me, when I saw this, when we see the number, right, it's just a number, but when we actually see it laid out, there's more work that needs to be done to create that scaffolding of support. And I know for me, when I saw this, I was just really shocked. Yeah, Anna, you wrote, they don't care about fathers and babies' relationships. And what was interesting is that I noticed that it's coast to coast. I know Colorado's in the middle, and I'm like, I'm curious, why is it only the coast? So wanted to provide this visual to you on how important more work that we all need to get done. So we're going to talk about why infant massage is essential for dads. So we're going to talk about establish that secure attachment. So I know we might have some professionals in the group, we might have some parents in the group, or anyone just learning about infant massage. So what does secure attachment mean? So when we consistently meet our child's needs, validate their feelings, establish a consistent daily routine, set age-appropriate limits, allows your child to feel confident, they're self-sufficient, able to create healthy relationships and a coping mechanism later in life. And it really promotes that overall well-being of the child. So enhances that overall relationship. And studies have shown that fathers that consistently massage their babies have lower level of cortisol, which is that stress hormone, and increased oxytocin, known as a love hormone, for its role in strengthening the connection for fathers. Also boost confidence. Fathers feel more confident about being able to help relieve their baby from teething or tummy discomfort and understand their baby's needs and able to take on and understand the role of a father. And utilize around work schedule. I worked with the dad, he had to go to work right away, and he was able to use infant massage before work and after work. Let's say sometimes he would spend like 5 to 10 minutes in the morning, and then when he came home in the evening. Oh, I wasn't sure if there was a chat. I was just looking. Also, they're able to meet their baby's needs. So fathers become more attuned with their baby through infant massage as they continue to massage their baby. So they can understand the sounds and the cries their babies makes, which can quickly meet the baby's needs. They will understand which massages the baby likes and dislikes. And also, when the massage, is done, the baby will communicate when they're overstimulated. And it promotes better sleep patterns. Since we mentioned that fathers, are less stressed due to practicing daily massages with their baby, it can promote better sleep patterns, especially with some of the massage strokes that you perform on the baby. Any strokes away from the heart is relaxing, and any strokes towards the heart is stimulating. So fathers will know which massages are able to soothe the baby to have a consistent bed-night routine. And it also fosters positive touch. So touch is the first language babies learn. And touch is a powerful communicator because it often mirrors our own feelings towards another individual. So infants can sense how their parents feel about how the way they touch, which is why we always ask parents to ask for permission to give your baby choice to be touched. So you always want to massage your baby during the quiet, alert, awake state. And so Mary, I see a comment under valuing families and particularly children and country values can be viewed through budget priorities. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, your comments. I'm trying to find my cursor here. Oops. Also, as we mentioned before, this has really bridged a connection with adoptive parents. They become more attuned and build that secure attachments. So adoptive parents are able to understand their new family member and still create a beautiful connection. Also, child development. As our baby continues to grow, they will learn about child developmental stages as a way to anticipate what their baby what they're going to be doing, crawling, standing, walking. And in my series, I focus on each developmental stage to really help fathers, understand what to look for. Also expressive, fathers become really warm and accepting of their baby through the massages, words, tone of voice. Right now I'm doing a father infant massage class, and it was just so beautiful to see, the fathers, making eye contact, using the tone of voice, saying that they care for you to the child. And it was such a beautiful experience. Also, engagement and play. Fathers tend to have that rough and tumble play that they enjoy, that vigorous type of play. So if a father has not experienced play with their parents, infant massage provides a space to encourage fathers the importance of play and interacting with their child playfully. Looks like we have a comment from Annabelle. Yes, we have seen this during the past 2 years. Being able to teach virtually has given opportunity for male caregivers to participate and observe from work as well. Yes, absolutely. During virtual classes, some fathers are not able to to go to the class, maybe they get off work a little later. And just wanted to address, premature babies. Infant massage really helps increase their oxygen and weight gain. And I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with kangaroo care, but it's a great tool to introduce that physical touch with your child. So now we're going to discuss, yes, skin to skin is essential. Thank you. So we're going to go over some of the barriers that fathers may experience, and that can be inadequate support for paid paternity leave. So as we mentioned before, only 9 out of 50 states offer it, and it's only a percentage of what the individual gets paid. Also, lack of access for father and baby classes and other dad support groups. So I'm gonna show you some data of fathers that express some of the barriers in finding father groups, because a lot of time the classes out there are like mommy and me or parent and me. And so when I put the class out there, infant massage for dads, they were excited to have a class designed for them so they can connect with other fathers. Also, the LGBTQ plus community, couples may not use the term fathers since it's more of a heterosexual term, and they may use their first name. But we also want to recognize that within the culture, there's a culture. So some couples may use father and mother as a term. So thinking about for couples that don't use the term father, how are we building space for LGBTQ plus communities? Environmental stressors, absolutely. With COVID, bills, employment, life events, let's say there's a death in the family, moving, health concerns, definitely plays a role in barriers of connecting with their baby. And when we talk about parental roles, some fathers might feel overwhelmed with transitioning from being a father and being that main source of income. And what does it mean to be a father? And so cultural beliefs plays a huge role. Some cultures, fathers are the breadwinners and, mothers are the nurturers, and they need to care for the children. Also employment, concerns about losing their job or worried about not getting that job promotion. Socioeconomic status. So studies have found that low-income families have a harder time to connect with their baby because they're trying to meet that financial needs. However, for higher income families, they experience the stress of sustaining that high income level as well. So I thought that was interesting. Also, lack of self-care. Fathers face stress of coping with basic household maintenance and increased financial pressures. Father may be hard-pressed to find time for himself and also may seem withdrawn. And that leads to unresolved trauma. Triggers can show up without, the parent being aware of the trigger, or the parent is aware but needs healthy tools to move through that experience. I want to ask you all this, professionals, parents, how are you creating space for all fathers? How are we creating space for fathers in your agency, in your family? So feel free to, again, mute yourself or use the chat. And if you're thinking, I don't know, bring this question back to your agency, bring it back to your family, and have that discussion. How can we create more father involvement? Recently did a survey. Okay, fathers friendly language and imagery. Yes, absolutely. Stephanie, you'll have to use a chat. Oh yeah, thank you so much. Encourage them to participate in service sessions. Yes, letting them know, fathers need that constant validation that they're doing things correctly. Which is why in my class, it's important to create that scaffolding of support for dads. When I meet a father, they are so hesitant on massaging their baby because they're like, oh, I don't want to harm my baby. So what can we do to create that scaffold? So most fathers feel comfortable massaging the baby doll first. So as you see a dad here I worked with, he massages baby and then he massaged the baby doll, and then class 3, he felt more comfortable, massaging his baby. So we kind of think about some, ways to make fathers feel comfortable. We used June month to do a celebration for all the fathers in our group connection. Wonderful, Anna. That's amazing. And then Mary, imagery is everything, and representation is a form of connection and permission. Use visuals, including videos of fathers. Absolutely. Thank you. So as I mentioned before, as of January 2022, 9 out of 50 states offered paid family leave. So more work needs to be done. It looks like we had a chat. Yes, real world images too, not just stock photos. Yes, thank you so much, Dan. And that's why I was trying to incorporate some of the dads I worked with as well. Yeah, thank you for that. So I'm going to go over the survey, and these were some of the results. So 91% of fathers want to learn infant massage. That's a high number. And some would have wanted this knowledge when their child was infants. And 59% of dads spend 2 to 4 times per day as an opportunity for bonding time. So when we think about bonding time, it can be, this image here of this dad holding his baby. Yes, he is yawning. He might wake up in the middle of the night or just got home from work, but that's a bonding experience while he's feeding his baby. And this other image here, this dad holding his baby, maybe soothing him to sleep or carrying him around. That's a great way for fathers to bond. So, what are other ways? What are other opportunities or examples of bonding time? So yeah, start to think about, what would be a bonding experience? Would it be, diaper changing? Would it be bath time? Yes, thank you, Dan. You read my mind. Bath time, daily routines, getting ready in the morning. So even though dads, tend to rush back to work, we can still, bridge the gap of these bonding opportunities for dads and validate that. And over 50% of fathers said too many working hours and income security was the reason why they had a hard time bonding with their baby. And that's a really high number. And these are other responses. Like I mentioned before, 70% said that they were not able to find a class geared towards dad, and about 30% were able to find classes for dads. And this was very interesting. So 74% of employers offered time off for father-baby bonding time. That's a high number. So why are fathers not taking the time off? And these are actual responses from the survey I received. So a good father role model is making sure bills and other essentials are paid. The breadwinner, the main source of income for the family. It means taking on more responsibilities. So we're seeing a trend, right? That fathers want to spend time with their baby, but income really plays a role in their decision on having more bonding opportunities and more time off. And these are some quotes that fathers wrote about what does it mean to be a father? So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger on my end so I can see it. And it was so hard to choose from. So always be present. A father is someone who is present in the lives of children, spend as much quality time as they can with them, going to the park to practice baseball, even when I'm exhausted, because what's important to me is important to them. Be an example of what is a healthy relationship and not to abandon my daughter. Support and provide family, be a role model, love and care for everyone. And these are also additional comments, what fathers want and experience. And so I'll just read a few. I thought this was beautiful. It's so happy when the baby smiles to himself. Fathers should spend more time with their children. It would be great to have jobs that offered paternal paid leave. Yes, absolutely. And I wish more people knew about infant massage. And this last one here, this dad put this tip. Do not lay the baby flat on his back to suck on the bottle. It is best to hold the baby with the head slightly higher than the body, doesn't vomit milk easily. And so that was just really important to dad to share that. So let's take action today to support all fathers. So what can we do? What can be one action step that we can do this week? How we can, I know some of us had idea, but what are some action steps that we can have? Let me go in here. Yes, good point. Maybe we call it father-baby bonding instead of paternal leave. And then Mary, the very ideas we expect from fathers is what denies them the bonding and attachment activities. There are researchers who study divorce rate of men who later marry younger women and have more children. Turns out they are grieving, have climbed the social ladder and missing out on their children. And these events usually occur as their children are going off to college. Yeah, that transition, that pressure, that kind of goes into the self-care piece. So these are some testimonials of fathers I've actually worked with. So like I mentioned before, Max. So I'm going to read just one. Doing the massages on the doll at first helped me get more comfortable massaging my baby. I felt closer to my son, being able to have him more relaxed at bath time. I was able to bond with my baby on another level I haven't experienced before. And how beautiful is that? You know, just with doing the massages, that's all that you need. I know they have all this stuff for, for children, but just the touch itself, is something that's so beautiful. So I'm going to share a video with you. Let me know if you're able to hear the audio. And it's just from two families I worked with, two fathers. And you can hear their story. Oops. My sound went out. Can everyone hear it on your end? No, okay. Interesting. Okay, let's try this again. Okay.
When I come home, usually right after
There we
bath
go.
time, we do it. And his favorite is the thumb over thumb. Sometimes we like to do the ankle circles. All the foot ones associated with really help him kind of get ready for bedtime. He always enjoys the one-on-one time, and I think it helps the bonding process, especially with me since I'm working during the day and I don't have too much time with him, where my wife has all day with him, and so it helps a little bit more in that sense.
When he was a newborn, I did a lot of skin to skin. He was really bonded to me, but then by connecting with him on that level, it really helped him out, especially when I had to go back to work.
I really liked the bonding experience, being able to do little massages to Oliver, just him and me by ourselves. It really strengthened the father-son bond.
And now that was years ago. Now they have baby number 2. So here are some resources for dads. Like I mentioned before, I offer, my baby bonding with dad through infant massage classes. There's also Love Dad, Rescue Mission, Dad Matters. Also, Futures Without Violence is a great organization. They have coaching boys into men, and also community conversation, parenting for courage and equity. So a call to men. And I believe Stephanie put in the chat a form to fill out. So if you want to, get these resources, or if you have any questions, feel free to fill out that form, and then I can reach out to you later. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. I really, really appreciate you all and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, I'll be available. So again, feel free to unmute yourself or use your chat if you have any questions at this time. Oh, perfect. You're welcome. You're welcome. Nice. Thank you for joining, Mary, Frank, and Mary. Yes, thank you. Well, if you don't have any questions for me, let me stop sharing. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Vanessa. All right, so enjoy the rest of your conference. If you don't have questions for me right now, but again, you have my contact information. You can go onto the form to fill out. So I'll be here still if you have any questions. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anna. Thank you for joining. Great question, Dad. Yes. where the babies are. So social media is a great platform to use for dads. I'm actually, what I found interesting is a lot of dads join mommy groups. So I was just sharing it on the mommy groups and come to find out that a lot of the dads were in those groups as well. And so that was one way. Do you want to be on the video? Oh, yes. So Stephanie has a question if you want to be on the video.
Hi.
Hi, Dan. Nice to see you.
You as well. Thank you for presenting on this such important topic. Yeah, I found similar. I actually got certified in infant massage because I wanted to try and recruit more dads, and the organization I was working for offered infant massage throughout the community, and I was trying to get to where babies were. Almost all of them were, not geared towards dads specifically, but I was able to do what you did and kind of tweak the format a bit to be more engaging. But yeah, definitely trying to go through those mommy and me classes or traditional infant massage to recruit the dads, either again through the babies or the dads if they're there. So it's good to hear that you have similar experiences in how to recruit them.
Yeah, absolutely. And then since Father's Day is coming up, right? That's a good time to really offer classes, because people are thinking about, what are some gifts we can give to dad? Give the gift of, infant massage, so some moms, might let dad know. And I was excited to see it because some dads were like, oh, my wife wants to join or my partner wants to join, which is fine, but I was kind of hoping like, okay, let's just have all dads, because when all dads are in the room, they feel more comfortable sharing. So on this past Sunday with class 1, we had about 11 dads attend, and it was just the dads. The significant other, they were in the background. They weren't trying to, intrude. It was their space. And so it was just amazing to see that support. And I think just collaborating, Dan, collaborate, with different agency, different folks, creating that network system. And then videos. Videos is great too. When you make a quick video on what, the benefits are. And I think consistency, I know for me, it took a while, to get here, but I was consistent. I was keep going on and on and on. What's that phrase? Building hinges create bigger doors. So absolutely. Yeah. And I'm glad, Dan, that you are, an infant massage instructor, because there's not many dads out there. So seeing you, do these massages, and sharing parents is great. Looks like we have some messages. How wonderful it would be to have daddy groups so they can have their own support groups. Absolutely. Yes. I had someone I'm trying to, find is a dad that can, or, a male, role model to provide a support for fathers. And then Sarah put, love the idea of giving the gift of massage. Yes, absolutely. And then Donna, I've had so much fun with the teen dads at our high school. And that is a wonderful, wonderful that you're able to get into the schools. Because I know sometimes schools' curriculum, they get very rigid at times, like, oh, this is what we're going to teach, or we don't have the space or the room. So I'm glad that you're able to connect with the high school, with the teen dads, because this can definitely benefit from teen dads. Like we mentioned in the presentation, that transition, of that role, right? I'm a boyfriend, or I'm a husband, and, now I'm a father. It's another role. And thinking about, what that looks like. What does that mean to you? So thank you. Thank you, Dan. Anyone else have any questions or comments? What is something that stood out to you in the presentation before we end today? Okay. Oh, the quote from the dads. Yes, absolutely. The quotes. And so now that we know, that more states need to, be on board with paid time off, to bond with their baby. We need that. We need that time. Other countries, they have a year. We only have a couple of months. That's not, obviously studies have shown that's not enough time. Definitely not enough time. So we need to advocate. Yeah, absolutely. What stood out to me was your passion for this work and the success that you're having. Oh, thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate you. Yes, I appreciate all of you for joining today in this conference. And I know I'm excited to see other speakers as well today and tomorrow. And again, if you hadn't had a chance to fill out that form, please do so I can send you those resources so you can share with other dads that you know, and then any questions that come up for you later. Yes, thank you, Dan. Yes, thank you. You're welcome. All right, so it's about 11:54. Stephanie, what's the next? What's next? What are the next topics? Okay, thank you.
Hi, sorry about that. I was having a little bit of trouble coming on up. Let me bring up the schedule over here. And Baby Shark can go down. Let's see. Next on stage, we have the perinatal mood and anxiety disorders with Bertie Meyer, or is that happening? Oh, sorry, that's happening right now. We have empathy in the parent-child connection with Dr. Brandy Mills. That is what is next, and then a round of networking.
Amazing, amazing stuff. Well, thank you all, for having me today and just joining me. Stay safe, stay well, and I will see you next time. So hope to hear from you. All right, well, take care, everyone. Have a great day.